What's up, everybody? We're back. It is January the 6th, Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. We're getting it popping. Okay, first guest on the show, which is the one and only Keyth Dawson, my brother actually, a.k.a. The Sleeper. What's up, Keyth? What's going on? How's your day been?
What's going on? Day been going good. Got some training in. Got a fight this coming Saturday, January 12th. Maristar Casino, St. Charles, for the 185 kickboxing title. Come out and see me.
Shamrock. See, I haven't fought for them yet. I was actually scheduled to fight for them once, and that was when, see, I had that cut on my elbow from when I fell on a damn skateboard, and then it seemed like a few days after that fight when I scheduled that fight, I fell asleep one night, woke up, and my fucking elbow, as you know, because you remember that shit was like swelled out to here, so I didn't get the fight on their card. I had to cancel that. But yeah, that seems like a really good promotion. I definitely want to fight on that card soon, you know.
No, it was definitely one of my favorite promotions fighting for, because it was just so, everything's done so professionally.
Right.
Like, everything runs smooth. Like, it's not a hassle. Like, you show up and you just gotta do your job and fight. So that's what I like about fighting for Shamrock.
See, I'm not gonna name any names, any specific promotions, but dude, we've fought for so many that are just janky to the fucking T. Like, you show up there and, okay, I'll give you an example. There's a card that I fought on several times. I show up there, they pick the ref that night, and it's just somebody, they just pick somebody. They're not appointed by the state, okay? They don't have anybody there wrapping hands. A lot of times, well, I think the referee has always been someone appointed by the state, but as far as the judge, they just pick somebody. And this dude was in there in his socks. Like, he was in his socks. He wasn't wearing shoes in the cage, like refereeing. And the guy was also a fighter, which I couldn't understand because he was not a good referee. Like, he just wasn't. But, you know, so yeah, for us amateurs, it's really nice to actually fight on promotion and everything feels very professional. Like Blue Corner MMA, or Blue Corner Production. Is it Productions? Blue Corner out of Kansas City. I really like fighting on their card because, well, for one, all right, first of all, once you get there and check in and you go upstairs, you go in the back, they tell you don't go back out there. So, you know what I'm saying? It really builds up the anticipation. You know, it's different when you're out mingling with the crowd and stuff, which, you know, everyone wants to mingle with the fans and everything, but it makes for a better show when they have to wait for us fighters to actually get into the cage to even see us that night, pretty much. So, yeah, that professionalism really, really makes it a big plus fighting for a card like that. So, we ain't got to name who you're fighting. We don't want to give him no free promotion, but so what do you know about the guy you're fighting this Saturday?
I believe he's 3-0 as a kickboxer. He's taller, 6'1", long, could probably gonna have longer reach than me.
And you're how tall? 5'11"?
5'11". So he'll probably have a little reach on me, but I'll make up for it. And I don't know, I don't see anything special that he has for me. I feel like it should be a pretty easy fight for me.
Okay, and so now you've been training for how many years now?
Well, I took my first fight when I was 18, so I've been fighting for 8 years. Now, when I first started fighting, I wasn't really training. I was I thought I was a tough guy, I guess, and I just wanted to get in there.
Hey, we both did. So let me tell y'all this. The first night he fought was actually the first night that I fought too. We both fought for first times that night. It was my first fight, and I got to be the first fight of the night too. Now, so this day, we weren't training right, okay? We just jumped up off the couch, okay? we woke up that morning. I remember I wasn't hungry. I ate half a biscuit, and then we waited for hours, went to the fights. We got there like 3 to 4 hours early and was like falling asleep, you know, was waiting on everybody to show up.
I think we was up all night partying the night before.
Yeah, and it was silly of us to, but that's the thing, we learned the hard way. So a lot of you fighters that are, or a lot of you people that are wanting to start fighting really need to listen up and understand that this, okay, yeah, you can get in there with no experience and knock someone's head off. Anyone can throw their arms at somebody, but you get in there with someone that's been training for years, it's not going to be fun. It's not. And if you're not in shape, it's literally like a nightmare. I remember specifically my first 4 fights. It felt like them dreams that you're in. You know, when you're in a dream and you're drifting one way, but you want to go the other way and you literally cannot do it. And it was like my arms was so tired, I literally couldn't lift them.
Dreams where you're trying to fight and you're trying to hit someone as hard as you can and you're not doing anything to them.
Right, you hit them like 5 times, you give them the 5-piece and a biscuit with all your might, and they don't flinch, and then they hit you one time, and your whole face goes numb. That happened to me one time, and when I woke up, I was sleeping on my fist, and literally my whole face was numb. It was just weird how that triggered a fight scene. Like sleeping on my fist triggered that fight scene in my dream. But all right, so yeah, we started. What year was that?
I have no idea.
Let's see.
8 years ago, so 2010.
It was 2010. Yeah, 2010. We weren't trained. We were just literally. We would run like what, maybe a couple blocks, and felt like we were really doing something. And so, but. I mean, I did okay for my first fight. Luckily, I didn't have to fight someone that was really good. So, yeah, we started with no training, you know, really whatsoever. Just some piddly diddly stuff.
Yeah, my first one, I came out strong first round, knocked the guy down. He looked pretty dazed, but so I went to get on top of him and try to control him and started ground and pound him, and as soon as I got down there, he grabbed a hold of me, and I didn't know what to do. And he swept me, mounted me, and did the same thing for the rest of the fight. And I was so tired after the fight, I went backstage and threw up for like an hour, and felt like I was gonna die. Because because I was not in shape at all.
Yeah, I won mine in the second round, and you know, when as soon as our cornerman came to cage, I'm like, I can't walk out of here, help me, because I felt like I was literally just gonna fall over. I was so tired. I hated it, and I still did a couple more fights, you know, not training right, not being in shape, and then I just realized, dude, it's either train right and be prepared, or don't fight at all. So yeah, I had stopped fighting for a couple years, and then even though I stopped, you kept training, or that's when you really started to train under some legitimate instructors.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure how many fights I went on thinking I could fight, not training, but eventually I realized that if I wanted to start winning, that I needed to train, and I needed to train at legit places, because there's a lot of people out here that act like they know what they're talking about, and they don't. For instance, my first couple trainers, I had my first couple trainers. I'm sure it's like that with everybody. Sure, their first couple trainers are probably like not good
at all, or they get like a general idea of how to do the techniques, but they don't know. No, they really don't.
There's no detail behind it, and that's why I'm happy. The gyms I'm in now, I'm a Gracie Jiu Jitsu blue belt under Brian M. Hose. I go up to St. Louis and get some training at Arnold BJJ with Kirk Huff. All legit training, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of these guys, especially around here in this area we live in of Cape Girardeau, that a lot of people want to be fighters, but they don't want to train. They don't want. It's not that they don't even. It's not even that they don't want to train. It's that they don't want to be told what to do.
They don't want to follow instructions.
They have too much of an ego to let any other man tell them they should do this way. So I believe that's the key is knowing that you can learn from everybody and just always keep learning.
Right. The black belts can learn from the white belts. They really can. A lot of people just don't. They really just don't think that. And that's the hardest part is to take a grown man or even a teenage boy that thinks they know how to fight and tell them right off the flip, look, you don't know how to fight, but I can teach you. They don't like to bring themselves all the way back down to where they got to crawl. You know, they just want to sprint. They're like, oh, I've been sprinting, I've been fighting. So they just, they can't really humble themselves and wrap their brain around the fact that they don't really understand these martial arts techniques the way they want to and think they do. So, which I never could understand that. And I feel like I'm, actually a lot smarter than a lot of the fighters you run into because I understood at an early age. I didn't know how to fight. I understood if someone starts, throwing their hands at me, I didn't really know how to get out of the way. I don't know how to block and how to strike back. I knew that. I knew that there were certain techniques and I knew none of them.
See, I guess that's where I think I was just a dumbass because I thought I knew how to fight. I literally did. I literally just thought I was tough and I could fight.
Well, a lot of that I feel like came from having actual, power. Because you play sports your whole childhood growing up, and so you really, and pitching with baseball, like you've said many times, really helped you develop that throwing your arm at someone.
Well, I don't think it's the throwing your arm, it's learn how to turn your hip over.
So yeah.
Because then if you're pitching in baseball, you're gonna do the same thing. You're turning.
On your last fight, let's talk about the day of, maybe earlier that morning, and then like midday, and then right as you're in the back getting warm up, and then right before the fight. How were you feeling? That day.
That day, I felt fine. I'm sure like how it usually works is, you wake up and throughout the day, for different periods of time, like for a little bit, it seemed like you're nervous a little bit. For a little bit, you'd be like, oh no, I'm good, I'm smashing. And then a little bit later, you'd be like, oh no, I'm nervous again.
Like, oh shit, what just happened? I get nervous all of a sudden out of nowhere.
So, but the thing is, you have to learn how to just shut it off. Like when you get that little voice in your head that tries to tell you you're about to get nervous, like you're getting nervous or something, you have to do like one or two things. You have to tell it, it's bullshit and that, you just basically just instantly shut it down. As soon as that thought gets in your head, you're like, what the fuck, why the fuck am I thinking that? Like why, why am I thinking that? And also, I feel like you can change it from instead of telling yourself in your brain that you're nervous, you tell yourself that I'm excited, because really you are excited. It's basically the same thing. Like, this is what you've been working for. This is what you want to do.
Right.
But it's just, you're nervous because you don't know what's going to happen and you want a certain thing to happen.
Right.
So if you just tell yourself, I'm excited for this moment instead of nervous about this moment, it's basically the same feeling, basically the same thing. Like, you want to be there. This is like, you're about to have fun. So just go in there, let it happen. You're going to, do your best to win and see what happens.
Right. See, one thing that I've started to do, I started this, probably a year ago. I realized that it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna fight. There ain't no backing out. So there's no point in getting scared. And I'm also not gonna get in there and look at him and go, oh, and lightning bolts just shoot out my hands. So basically what I'm saying is I'm going to get in there and I'm going to fight the way I fight. My training's going to kick in. So I'm just riding the wave. Like, if I just so happen to feel nervous the day of, I'm not sitting there thinking, oh my God, I got to counter this negative feeling with a positive feeling. I just ride the wave. I just ride it. You know, I'm not worried about how I feel.
I keep telling myself, just you train for it, see what happens. Like that's all you can do. Like do your best and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, so if we're talking about like actual thoughts, me personally, if I do start to get nervous, which really I have my last few fights, there have been no nerves, like at all. If I start to get nervous for even a second, the moment I realize it, it's already gone. It's already went away. Like I don't get nervous anymore. You know, I really don't. But what I'm telling myself the day of the fight is, you better have fun, because after the fight, it's over with. This is your day. You know what I'm saying? This is what you've been training for. Go out there, have some fun, and this is what you've been waiting on since you were a kid, you know, because I've been waiting to compete as a martial artist ever since, you know, I was, Really, I mean, I was watching WWE when we were like, 4 years old, so really ever since then I've wanted to compete. But as far as martial arts, real martial arts competitions, I've wanted to do since I was like 7, watching the Ninja Turtles, the Three Ninjas, you know, all the Jackie Chan movies. So I've wanted to do this ever since I was a kid. And so now every time I'm getting ready for competition and it's getting close to that day, I'm just getting more excited, more happy, I can feel the joy just running through me. Why? Because I've been waiting so long to do this. And, you know, it really is it's awesome. It's like going to Six Flags when you're a little kid. Yes, them roller coaster rides are scary. You know what happens if a roller coaster derails? You're pretty much dead. You know, so there is that's the scare factor that makes it so fun. So now, if I feel myself getting nervous, like, I don't dislike that feeling anymore. I like it. It's just like going to a haunted house. Nobody wants to go to a haunted house if it's not actually scary. That's the whole point. Going there for the scare.
You're good, because it's like the same thing. Like you're good once you get on. Well, like you're good once you get on the roller coaster. It's just before you get on.
Right.
And like you're good once you're in the cage and the fight starts, because you don't even think about that. You don't even think about it anymore. But
for us at least, but that's not the same for everybody. Because some people get in that cage and they're still tripping. They're in there like, oh shit, we're here. Fuck, I'm actually here. Shit, like Donald Cerrone. He even talks about it all the time. And Donald Cerrone is a warrior, a savage. You know, he's down to fight, but it does scare him, and he loves the thrill. So yeah, it's just cool to see the way different fighters act, because man, you'll be in the back and you can tell like where people's minds are at pretty much. You don't know for a fact, because they may look nervous, but like my last fight at the weigh-ins, someone came up to me and was like, hey, it's like, you look nervous, man, you scared? I looked at him and just laughed. I'm like, are you kidding me? First, this weigh-ins, why would I be nervous? I'm like, no, and the fact that he asked me, I'm like, do I look nervous? I'm like, because I definitely don't feel nervous. Like, I love it. Even the wins, I love facing off with my opponent and pitting my deuce up towards him. You know, I really like that. It doesn't matter so much anymore. I'm not gonna wait. Like, I used to love it so much, dude. I would sit at weigh-ins and wait around for my opponent to show up. Like, I would want to wait on them to show up, and I still kind of do. Like, if I get there and weigh in and they're not there, I still want to wait to face off with them. You know, because it's fun. It's part of it. It really is. I just really enjoy it. So
yeah, I definitely believe the fight starts at the weigh-ins. I like to get people's face and see what they do. I feel like I can tell how people feel.
Right. You can feel it. You can definitely feel it, but it doesn't matter, because when it comes to the real martial arts, we're going to get in there and fight.
And they may feel one day, but the thing is, they may feel that way at weigh-ins, but by the next day, they may feel different. So.
And you know, another thing is like people feed off of that. They'll be like, oh, he's nervous, he's scared, and they like it, they feel off of it, and it makes them feel better it makes them feel like, oh, I'm not scared, look at him, he's scared, and it builds their confidence. But let's look at Georges St-Pierre, at how nervous he gets. He's not a stoic fighter. He gets very, very nervous, and look how his career went. So just because you're sitting there thinking, oh, he's nervous, I got this, you know, don't think that. Don't even worry about him, because while you're sitting there worried about him, he's focused on whooping your ass. You know, it's just like the racehorses, man. They got if they don't have those blinders on, they're not focused. They're just gonna look at the person they're racing and get left in the dust. So yeah, it's definitely it's such a fun journey, man. And I feel like it's gonna get to the point to where when the nerves are like 100% gone, is probably not gonna be as fun. I don't know. I mean,
But I don't think it's ever gonna get to that point.
Maybe not for you, but see, that's another thing.
I always get nervous.
See,
I'm not saying I don't get nervous. I just know how to shut it off.
Right.
If that makes sense.
All right, we're having some major technical difficulties. For some reason, my camera my video just keeps on cutting off. I don't know why, but don't worry. This is the earliest stage of my channel, and I'm definitely gonna be getting new equipment and making this a lot more legit. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. So Keyth Dawson, the sleeper, don't sleep on him. He's fighting. What did you say? Next Saturday?
Next Saturday, January 12th. Shamrock FC, Star Casino, St. Charles. Fight for the 185 kickboxing title. Go to shamrockfc.com, get your tickets. I can't sleep till they stop sleeping on me. And don't sleep on a sleeper.
All right, everybody. Watch these fights. It's only like, $10 to $15, and you're gonna get like anywhere from 10 to 15 fights. So, it's definitely worth your money. So go ahead and check out Shamrock FC.
Flow Combat.
Flow Combat. There you go. All right, everybody. Peace.